Rolls-Royce, the maker of bespoke six-figure luxury cars, had its best year ever in 2014, selling 4,063 of them. Pimm sat down with Eric Shepard, the president of Rolls-Royce Motor Cars North America, and found out how Rolls-Royce's loyal drivers have propelled it to new heights.
Historically, Rolls-Royce always has a very loyal following. Plenty of repeat buyers. Once they're in one, they're not going to leave the brand necessarily. Wraith gave us a way to really expand that. And while we don't ever chase volume, we still have a factory that's going to, have capacity, and we're going to build cars. And one way to do that, obviously, is to continue to appeal to new groups that haven't yet experienced your product. So you bring out a fastback coupe, which is kind of unlike Rolls-Royce, and have it talk about the performance and and everything that is about that car. Suddenly 65 or 70% of the buyers of that car are new to the brand, and that was the beauty of that. It really did appeal to people who had driven Bentley GTs, Ferraris, whatever it may be, but it was the first time they felt like they had a Rolls-Royce that truly appealed to them because it was more performance and feedback oriented to their driving needs.
So tell us about the details of the Wraith, engine, torque, horsepower, all those great things.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever really celebrated that. In the past, it's always been, what is the horsepower of a Rolls-Royce? Well, it's adequate. This one is a 6.6-liter twin turbocharged V12, 624 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. In a package about 5,500 pounds. So this is a very powerful machine. It's not this small, little, nimble sports car. We don't build sports cars. It's truly a gentleman's touring car, and but one that performs like no other has ever been built.
And the Ghost is a Series 2, correct?
Correct. So this past fall, in September, we introduced the Ghost Series 2, a very measured update and response on that car, because we don't want to take a car, certainly that someone has just spent $300,000 on, and then 2 months later have a radical redesign on it. That wouldn't be appropriate for our brand and our customers. So this one, really encapsulated all the latest technology that we have to offer and really did it in a very sensible way that you can see that it is still a Ghost, but when you put them side by side, you see that little measured response.
What about the Phantom?
Phantom is, really the flagship. It's obviously, been around since 2003. It was the first car that rolled off for Rolls-Royce under the stewardship of BMW. And, slowly we added a few models in there with the drop head coupe and the coupe, and obviously it has the extended wheelbase on the sedan. That car does have a new Phantom coming in the next few years. We're not ready to talk dates at this point, but the question does come up, what's next for Phantom? And yes, there will be another Phantom.
Do you sit higher in the new Phantom than you already do?
I can't comment on anything in the new Phantom at this point, but there is one coming.
There's also a trend that's going on with Rolls-Royce that has to do with bespoke automobiles, and it may not be bespoke everything, but you want the potential customer to get more involved in the actual creation of the car.
Bespoke around the globe has been a much bigger part of our business, and when you look at the U.S. automotive market, it's typically one of instant gratification, and Rolls-Royce certainly was not immune to that in the past. As our dealers have gotten more and more involved in coaching our customers and educating them about the opportunities to truly customize their car, we've seen that continue to grow. So rather than the customer come in and just want to take one home today, they commission the car. They even come over to Goodwood, to our facility over in the UK, meet with our designers, and they start to truly change the interiors, work on custom exterior colors and combinations. Whether it's a wood, from an estate that they own, we can incorporate that into the car. So there's all kinds of things that really, the imagination is unlimited, and when the designers and the customers get together like this, that's where the true bespoke opportunities, come to light.
If there's a customer out there who says, I really would love a Rolls, but I've got to have that room to put the groceries. I need that back to open up. Anything in an SUV on the future?
The SUV question, of course. A couple of things on that. We're not a sports car company, and we're not a utility car company. So an SUV really, while the market is appealing, it's not necessarily an SUV market for us. But there is something there that our customers do want a little more of that capability. They're asking for it. We've challenged our designers and our engineers to come up with some options and some designs for that. And we've moved through several of these stages. We're not yet ready to say that we're bringing one to market because we haven't satisfied all the questions to us that say this is a Rolls-Royce.
Total annual production, what are we talking about? Just over 4,000 units?
A little over 4,000 this past year, 4,063. And again, the North American market was by far the #1 market in the world for that. And we anticipate some moderate growth again in the coming year. We don't chase volume, so it's all about what our customers and our dealers order from us. And we do see some moderate growth going forward.
All right, now I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. And I'm wondering if you can describe, if you could drive any Rolls-Royce, so I put you already in a Rolls, what would the drive be? Where do you want to go?
I would be driving up and down PCH. I just, when you...
You want to go from Los Angeles all the way up to San Francisco?
All the way up. And I would prefer it in a drop-head coupe. That truly is the car that is perfect for that drive.
What was the first car that you ever drove?
Well, the first
or
one
owned?
A 1976 Caprice Estate station wagon.
So it's been a bit of a journey, right? It's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, and I've had the pleasure along the way to represent some fantastic brands.